and welcome to Public Works. As I understand, this will be our last work session for our committee. We're here to deliberate on 4 House bills. The only motion that'll be brought forward today, I think a little differently than the past, is either to recommend for future or to not recommend for future legislation. I'd like to recognize Representative Murray for joining us today and sitting in for Representative Vallone. Thank you. Welcome to Public Works. All right, our first piece of business is House Bill 110, prohibiting the use of state funds for new passenger rail projects. And with that, I recognize Representative Jack for a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move not recommended for future legislation.
I'll second it.
Motion's been made and seconded to not recommend for future legislation House Bill 110. Is there discussion? I've been told that this legislation is being entered again, anyways at this point in time for the next session. So good luck with that. So, yes, Madam.
Yes. For discussion, I think no matter what the topic is, my opinion is that it's poor legislation, poor governance if you say, no matter what it is, we're not going to ever do it. Things happen, good things, bad things, unexpected, one way or the other. And so I just think it's poor legislation, poor governance to have any legislation that is a blanket to say no to to something like
Thank
this.
you, Representative Newman. Any other further discussion? Seeing none, would the clerk call the roll, please?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Representative Cloutier.
Yes.
Representative Mills votes yes. Representative Fadolfi. Representative Newton is not here. Representative Kaczynski is not here. Representative Bowden is not here. Representative Boyd.
Boyd votes aye.
Representative Melvin.
Yes.
Representative Bogert.
Yes.
Representative Connor is not here. Representative Jack.
Yes.
Representative Abbott.
Yes.
Representative Edgar.
Aye.
Representative Faulkner.
Yes.
Representative Newman.
Yes.
Representative Eaton.
Yes.
Representative Peterson is not here. Representative Murray.
Yes.
Representative Juris.
Yes.
Chairman McConkey.
Chairman votes aye.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 15-0. Motion carries.
Thank you, sir. We'll move,
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman. Does this a consent or regular calendar for these recommendations?
I don't know the answer to
Okay,
that.
I mean, I would request if it's consent.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's no consent calendar this time. They just all go on one calendar.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we will move on to House Bill 606, requiring construction of state buildings or state-funded projects to contain electric vehicle EV charging infrastructure. With that, I will recognize Representative Boyd.
Mr. Chairman, as it relates to House Bill 606 FN, I move not to recommend.
Second that.
Motion's been made and seconded. Discussion.
Mr. Chairman, I like the principle of this bill, and I've talked with the prime sponsor, but I think it's too broad and talks about apartment buildings, and then it talks about state construction projects. I personally would like to, and I've expressed I'm willing to work with the prime sponsor if you want on maybe a separate bill or even 2 separate bills. It's just too broad the way it's written, but it's, in principle, I have nothing against EVs, but I'm going to vote to not recommend based on the way it's written. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm
Representative
also
Faulkner.
in favor of the bill and concept, but I recognize that it's not likely to get much support the way it's structured and that we shouldn't be spending the time spinning our wheels on it. So I agree with Representative Cloutier.
Thank you, Representative Faulkner. Any further discussion? Yes, please. Representative Bogert.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As putting the EV charging infrastructure in a lot of apartments and stuff, as it was been mentioned, as we're looking at trying to create also affordable apartment rentals, adding cost that someone in that framework of looking for affordable housing is not going to be buying a $100,000 EV. So with that in mind, we must move carefully as we're trying to create affordable housing and apartment rentals, and also requiring more regulations to add cost. So please be cautious about that.
Okay, thank you, Representative. Representative Faulkner.
Just couldn't help but take the bait. I own a EV. I'm very happy with it. I paid $27,000 for it. And there certainly are more and more used EVs now. So it's not just the high-end market anymore. And we're now at 7 or 8% of the market and growing. So some of the past assumptions based upon the early entries into the EV market aren't going to hold up much longer. So I just wanted to
Okay, thank you.
put that in.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, clerk, would you please call the roll?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Representative Cloutier.
Yes.
Representative Mills votes yes. Representative Fadolfi.
Yes.
Representative Boyd.
Boyd votes aye.
Representative Melvin.
Yes.
Representative Bogert.
Yes.
Representative Jack.
Yes.
Representative Abbott.
Yes.
Representative Edgar.
Aye.
Representative Faulkner.
Yes.
Representative Newman.
Yes.
Representative Eaton.
Yes.
Representative Murray.
Yes.
Representative Juris.
Yes.
Chairman McConkey.
Chairman votes aye.
Mr. Chair, the vote is 15-05 in the affirmative.
Thank you. Our third piece is House Bill 488 FN relative to hazard mitigation funding. I recognize Representative Mills.
Mr. Chair, I recommend not recommended for future legislation.
Seconded.
Motion's made and seconded. Is there discussion? Yes,
Chairman?
Yes, Representative.
Yes. With all due respect to everybody here, I plan to vote against the motion of not recommend. And the reason why I'm voting against it, we have had a problem over in my neck of the woods, Sullivan County, maybe Cheshire County, and one of the communities I represent in addition to Claremont is Croydon. And last summer, and I think again this past summer, there were heavy rains which flooded out a lot of Croydon, a lot of Ackworth, which the prime sponsor comes from, and other communities. And I think the prime sponsor made an attempt to try to rectify this, is trying to rectify the situation. A hazard mitigation fund would maybe prevent some of these disasters from happening again. And I realize it's not a lot of money, but I think we need to do something to address this issue again. And I believe she's going to introduce the same bill again. But I think in good conscience, when I'm voting against this, I'm trying to represent my Croydon constituents. Thank you.
Thank you, Thank you, Representative Cloutier. I will just add to that many of us have had these terrible events and continuously having these events. And I think my misgiving on this is that it was a bill involving funding and coming in on a non-budget year. So I'm glad they're going to bring the conversation and LSR forward. And I think the appropriate place is in the new budget. Any other? Yes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I'd also like to add that when you look at the bill and what the cost would be of, they estimated at $400,000, and that the payouts to the given towns that have some real severe problems is only $50,000. that the concept I think is good, but the disproportionate payout for what it cost is at this point I think it is not wise. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Representative Egger. Further comment? Seeing none, clerk, please call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Representative Cloutier.
No.
Representative Mills votes yes. Representative Fadolfi.
Yes.
Representative Boyd.
Boyd votes aye.
Representative Melvin.
Yes.
Representative Bogert.
Yes.
Representative Jack.
Yes.
Representative Abbott.
Yes.
Representative Edgar.
Aye.
Representative Faulkner.
Yes.
Representative Newman.
Yes,
Representative Eaton.
Yes.
Representative Murray.
Yes.
Representative Juris.
Yes.
Representative McConkey.
Chairman votes aye.
The motion passes, Mr. Chair, 14-1-5.
Thank you. Thank you, Representative Mills. The last piece of that deserves our attention is House Bill 1547, requiring mileage-based exit numbers on Tier 1 highways. And I will recognize Representative Boyd.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. As it relates to House Bill 1547, I move to not recommend.
Motion's made to not to recommend. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mills. Discussion. Yes, Representative Faulkner.
Recognize that this isn't necessarily a bad idea. It's just something that should be taken up as part of the highway transportation 10-year plan. And I think this was wrong bill at the wrong time, and we'll deal with the department in terms of where that fits in priority.
Thank you. I concur with your comment. Representative Cloutier.
Yeah, is there someone from DOT here for a question by any chance?
I think we have three.
All right, okay. Just a question. Is there about a mandate to do this? And if so, what year are we supposed to do it?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. For the record, my name is Bill Oldenburg. I'm the Director of Project Development for New Hampshire DOT. The requirement to do the exit sign numbering was part of the MUTCD update starting in 2009, where it was required, or well, it was recommended. But in the last update in 2014, it was required. And just a bit of history, we have put in a bill, or put in a project in the 10-year plan. Since then, we've gone through 6 cycles, and that project in the 10-year plan has been removed either by the governor or through the GASSET process.
Thank you.
Follow up.
Please.
Yes, if we don't do this, will we lose federal highway funds?
There's the potential, but right now they note that we don't comply. They ask what we do, and they accept. Currently, they accept the fact that our legislative process, either through the House or through the governor or through the GASSET process, we are unable to do this. So they accept that. Right now, a majority of the states, so a little bit more history, is most of the country does exits by milepost marker. New England was basically the lone holdout that did a consecutive numbering system like we still have. The group of states that have consecutive mile marker or mile exit numbers is slowly dwindling, and soon we'll be the last one standing, I think. So that's where I think the spotlight might come on us. So
Thank you. Representative Burke, do you have a question? Are you satisfied, Representative Cloutier?
Yes.
Thank you. Representative Burke, please.
Thank you. I've noticed on 93 on the south end headed towards Massachusetts that we're building a new bridge, or it's almost completed, and we're putting a new exit in. Out of curiosity, with our numbering system the way it is, what would be the number for this new entrance exit ramp onto 93?
It's going to be called Exit 4A. But under the new milepost marker, it would be, I think I wrote that down, actually. No, I didn't. Somewhere around
I was gonna say
14, 15,
14,
something like
15, yeah.
that.
All right, thank you. You settled there? You all set, Representative?
Yes.
All right, any further questions for the department? Thank you, gentlemen, for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right, so a motion for House Bill 1547. I recognize Representative Boyd. Or we've
It's been made and seconded,
I
Mr. Chairman.
apologize. Thank you. So we're ready to call.
Just
please.
one further thing, Mr. Chairman, if I
What would
may.
that be, Mr.?
Okay, the bill is written, there is no fiscal note in the bill. So even if the state, let's say we were gonna do this, and I would prefer the feds do it if they're mandating, what's the cost of doing this? And also it says not until 2035. I don't know, by 2035, what the cost of this will be for the feds or for us, we don't know with inflation. So I have some real concerns about this, and the way, I'm on the study commission, and we've got to get more money for a highway fund. So until we're forced, and if we're forced, the feds better pay for it, my opinion, preferably through the 10-year plan. I'm voting no. I will vote yes to not recommend. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Cloutier. Clerk, please call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Representative Cloutier.
Yes.
Representative Mills votes yes. Representative Fadolfi.
Yeah.
Representative Boyd.
Boyd votes aye.
Representative Melvin.
Yes.
Representative Bogert.
Yes.
Representative Jack.
Yes.
Representative Abbott.
Yes.
Representative Edgar.
Aye.
Representative Faulkner.
Yes.
Representative Newman.
Yes,
Representative Eaton.
Yes.
Representative Peterson.
Yes.
Welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Representative Murray.
Yes.
Representative Juris.
Yes.
Chairman McConkey.
Chairman votes aye.
Motion passes, Mr. Chair, 1605.
All right.
4. Sorry, 4. That's why the first number changed. 1604.
Thank you. So we have concluded our business for Public Works and Highways, and I appreciate your indulgence. Before we go, I'd like to take a moment. I want to recognize some of our esteemed members, Representative Abbott. Representative Newton is not here today, but I understand he is running for a county commissioner position, so we wish him the best. Representative Connor had called earlier. He will not be returning. Wanted everyone to know his appreciation for the committee. And Representative Bowden's not here. He will not be running. I'm so glad you showed up, Representative Peterson. Thank you, and no longer returning. So you will be missed by this committee. I wish you nothing but the best going forward. And if there's anything, yes, Representative.
I think we missed one very important person. I think I have it in my notes here. Representative McConkey is not going to be.
So, thank you. So I'm going to take a moment to opine here. So I have had nothing but pleasure in serving this committee and serving you. I have served under Smokey Smith, Gene Chandler, Candace Bouchard, David Campbell, and John Graham. And no matter what party has sat in this chair, it has always been the same, that there is not partisan bone in this body. I thank you for that. I'm so proud to be a member of this. And I hope to see you wandering the halls next year. So with that, I honestly thank you for your time, and I thank you for the so many well wishes that so many have brought for my family. Thank you.
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, may I? As your vice chair, I've enjoyed working with you. We've had a few disagreements, but we've always settled them amicably, and most of the time, we've been able to come together in a compromise, and I really appreciate that. And I think that's what makes this country work. And this committee is a model for the rest of this House, in my opinion. I will miss you. Good luck in your Senate campaign, and who knows, we may be, hopefully you'll come back once in a while to testify on either House or Senate bills. And hopefully we can continue working with you again next term. But as I said, in any case, regardless, it has been a pleasure to work with you and has made my legislative experience a lot more enjoyable. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative, and thank all of you.
Yay.